What is good, people? Welcome to today's foodie video. What we're going to do is show you some low calorie pizzas that you can eat. I'm going to try and start from the lowest calories, slowly going up, so you can either compare the volume versus the amount of calories per item. So these are all the different types of breads I'm going to show making low calorie pizzas with, so you guys can choose which ones you would prefer to make and which one you find the most filling. I did also go to the store and actually find some pizzas there that I would say is the low calorie run that you can have. Most importantly, all pizzas shown today are super tasty and all co-signed by me, and if I co-sign it, you know it's going to taste dope. So each of the recipes I'm going to show you today, I'm going to purposely only make a cheese pizza just so it's easier for you to compare the calories, apart from some of the ones I bought from the store just because I didn't want to buy a margarita because that's madness. So to do 3 slices of this, all you have to do is get 1.5 bagels, because obviously when you split them, you're going to get your slices. Now, in regards to the ingredients for each pizza, the bare minimum obviously is you get some tomato puree and you get some sort of cheese. I always go for is 30% less fat. It's pretty low calorie, but I'm gonna like weigh out just for you guys. Now we move on to the cheese. And voila, this is really quick and simple. The cheese pizzas is probably the fastest recipe I have to date, simply because it's just like toasting the bread and melting the cheese because there's no meat on it. So I would be very careful. Don't put it on there for 10 minutes and walk off. This is a very fast cooking recipe. So I'm gonna put it on for 5 minutes with fairly low heat. So now I've done that, all I've got to do is go on MyFitnessPal and add in the ingredients and the amount that I used, and then I'll save it in the actual app so it's always there. So once I have it in the app already saved, that will save me in the future, so when you're tracking calories it doesn't take so long. So if I make this tomorrow, for example, then all I have to do is click on the app, boom, and I've got that recipe saved. To show you guys the time so you know how quick it cooks, I've just put it in and it's 1:48. Also, is that not a dope background? That's me! Alright, as you can see, people, it's been about, what, 4 minutes? I'm about to go get it. As you can see, very simple recipe, very fast recipe. This is 333 calories you're watching on screen, and it comes up to 21 grams of protein. You're probably thinking, how on earth does it come to that high? It's because of the cheese and the bagel. 1.5 of the bagels already came up to around 7 grams of protein. They're pretty dense, and then the cheese obviously adds on the rest of it. But yeah, it's 7 grams of fat, 42 grams of carbs, and 21 grams of protein, and it is very tasty. Bearing in mind, 332 calories is pretty low. You could probably add on an extra slice if you wanted to. But for me personally, I normally have 3 slices of this and probably with like a chicken stick or something else to bump the protein even higher. Also, let me state that I'm making this as basic as possible. Normally, if I want to make it a bit better, what I'll do is add things like mixed herbs, maybe like a little bit of cayenne pepper, or maybe in the sauce put something a bit more peppery like chili flakes in it, so it gives it more of a kick, along with adding meat and stuff as well. Anyways, stay tuned for the next version I'm going to do. But for the calories, this is probably one of my favorite go-tos. Hi people, I am back and I've just finished my cardio, so I'm sorry if I'm a little bit sweaty, that under titty sweat. Anyways, what we're going to do now is go on to the next low calorie pizza, and it's going to be using PITTA breads. What I'm going to do is show you how to make 1 slice, and then obviously you can then times by 2 or 3 depending on how many portions of it you want to make. And once again, this is the pizza. It's going to take roughly around the same amount of time, so around 4 minutes, so do not let it burn. I've had people DM me pictures of their burnt PITTA pizzas and bagel pizzas too many times. Do not walk away. It's free 4 minutes. Just stay in the kitchen, watch an Instagram video, and while that's cooking, I will go on MyFitnessPal and add it in, just so I know all the calories and macros, and I'll show you when it's done. Alright, and the funny thing about this pizza is this is a lot more cheese than I would personally put on for myself, but I purposely put on more because I know those of you watching will probably do that. I put on around 23 grams of cheese. Normally for me, I normally put on around 18 grams at most. It's a very light thin layer. So in terms of the order of how the calories and macros is going to go for the video, it's not technically going to be the lowest to highest calories anymore, because technically this comes up to I think around 219 calories for one slice of this. I would say one of these PITTA pizzas is as filling as maybe 2 of the bagel pizzas, so in 2 slices that you saw me do earlier. In terms of macros, this is 12 grams of protein, 4 grams of fat, and 28 grams of carbs. So yes, it is lower carbs because it's less PITTA, but it's also lower protein because there's less cheese in it as well. Another simple pizza recipe. It tastes pretty good. This one's a lot more crunchy than the one I've shown you earlier, and it tastes very, very good. Because it's more crunchy and more chewy, that's what makes you also feel more full. Anyways, people, this may surprise you, but I don't want to eat pizza from morning till night because it just makes you feel like crap. So for that reason, what I'm going to do is come back to you tomorrow and show you the rest. And we are back now to do the next set of pizzas, and I'm also just doing my home workout, getting them gains in. Follow me on IG for more. Alright, so with the next pizza, what we're going to do is we are going to go for a new one. This is actually one that I've never actually tried before, but I know it's going to be good because I have this bagel all the time toasted. Red onion and chive bagel. This one now will allow you not to have to do some of the steps I mentioned you could do earlier, which is, for example, mixing mixed herbs and chilies into the actual tomato puree to make it a bit more spicy. Because these are very flavoursome, which means that it's already going to taste pretty dope. And these are the regular thick bagels, by the way. These aren't the bagel thins, because they don't do this one in thins. And it's as simple as that. This one as well, the calories for these bagels are 212. So I have a feeling this may even rival the bagel thins, like the very first version I showed you. And I'm hoping the taste will be even better. You know the drill, I'm adding it in MyFitnessPal, and I already know that it comes up to less calories than the bagels that I showed you earlier, the bagel thins. If the taste is better than that one, then that will probably be my new favourite and my new go-to. Alright, 4 minutes later and the pizza is done. And we are at, in terms of calories, we're at 322 calories. And in terms of protein, we're at 18 grams of protein, 5 grams of fat, and 48 grams of carbs. 2 little mini pizzas being 18 grams of protein, that's pretty good. That's almost like a scoop of protein. People forget how much protein is in cheese. This pizza now is the best tasting one of all the ones I've shown you so far. So this one for me is going to replace the bagel thins I've been doing. It is less calories, and 2, I can tell instantly this one's going to be more filling. These bagels are much thicker than you bite into it. It's like a mini fake deep dish pizza. It's going to make you chew a lot more, which means you're going to feel more full. Whereas the other one, I can eat it like bite after bite, like for example crisps. So I'd highly recommend this one. It's almost 20 grams of protein, and to be honest, for those of you that probably add more cheese than I do, because I do a very light layer, you're probably going to look at like 20 to 22 grams of protein, depending on how much you lather yours up. Obviously that'll also increase the calories. Update people, I've finished the slices and I can 100% say that is much more filling than the other 2 versions I've shown you, and it did have a lot more flavour due to the actual bagel. Anyways, now let's move on to the next pizza. People, welcome to, it's a recent pizza I only found like maybe a week ago, but it tastes delicious and the calories for what you're getting is pretty good. This Tesco Finest pizza, it tastes delicious. A prawn pizza, so many of you may not have even tried that. The only other time I've had a prawn pizza is actually in Barcelona, and it tastes really good. The prawns that are in it are decent size and they don't shrink. They actually are pretty meaty. For half the pizza, it's 471 calories. That is not bad for a great tasting pizza. The main thing you've got to do is when you have this pizza is don't try and eat the whole thing to yourself. And if I'm being honest, if you did though, it's only like what? Going to be around 900 calories. If you compare that to Domino's pizza, it's still a better look than that, because Domino's pizza, of like a basic cheese one, per slice is around 330 calories. Like a Domino's pizza this size, you're looking at, even if it's just cheese, around probably 1,800 calories, whereas this is like around 900. So it all comes down to what are you actually aiming to do. If you want to have it infrequent, eat the whole thing. If you want to have it all the time, I'd recommend half. It's a fairly thick size pizza as well. Look at that. Boom. The moment of truth came. The pizza is done. People, here is the pizza. Doesn't it look stunning? This is great calories for half of this pizza. There is also other budget pizzas like that mimic the bagel pizzas I've shown you earlier. For example, a common one that I get from Tesco or Sainsbury's or Lidl or Co-op, they all sell them. They're basically the same calories if you was to make the bagel pizzas. I would say probably just as filling as well, to be honest, but sometimes I just like making it with the bagels just because it's more fun to do as well, if I'm being honest. But those definitely are like in that league. But in terms of a tasty pizza, the most tastiest is obviously going to be that. It's from the store, but it's more calories. I would definitely be recommending you guys try and follow doing the CHIVE recipe that I showed you, because in my opinion that's the best macros and probably filling one you're going to get that you can eat on a somewhat consistent basis and not really push you out of your calorie realm. As when it comes to making low calorie pizzas, all you need is tomato puree, some sort of low calorie cheese, and whatever bread you like. Anyways people, I hope this video was helpful. I hope you enjoyed all the different low calorie recipes that I've shown you guys, and try them out for yourself. Let me know which ones you have tried or will try in the future, and which one you personally would probably go for the most. Hopefully not just all of you run for the prawn pizza. I definitely recommend you try it, but I would say on a more consistent basis, try one of the other ones and see if you even enjoy it first. It's actually quite a fun thing to do and it is quite filling. Anyways people, like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Let me know what you'd like to see. Deuces.